Let's get something out of the way. From now on, I only intend to make short reviews instead of my usual in-depth analysis. Without getting too into it, I just do not feel comfortable in this community anymore. I do not think there is an audience for my detailed critiques of episodes. I'm not going to call out anyone specific or any large groups of people responsible. Everyone just accuses me of making a straw man whenever I do so it's not worth it. Bottom line, this will not be as long as usual, and in the future, reviews will only get shorter as I don't have to include this preference before each of them. Cell vs. Metal Sonic features two characters I am fairly familiar with. That's the baseline knowledge I have of the two laid out. Love Dragon Ball, also like Sonic. It is what it is. This episode also came out a day after my birthday, or just on my birthday in American time, so hopefully I liked it. And yes, I thought the episode was pretty good, but for everything I really liked, there was also something I disliked, but I'd say it rounded out to, I think it's a good episode. The analyses I thought was solid. Cell starts off in a very unique and fitting way for the character, and disagreements with the scaling or the occasional anime-only falsehoods aside, I thought it remained solid. Mel's analysis didn't have the same striking opening to make it stand out among Sonic analyses, but it wasn't bad at all. I found the entire copying segment just being clips of rivals to be really funny. It makes this very consistent power of Metal's come across as if it's like a thing he only used in one game. I know the rivals is like where you're gonna get most of this stuff, but it's funny. The fight, as I said, is partially stuff I loved mixed with stuff I disliked. What I did not like was the following. The writing has been following a growing trend I've noticed in all corners of versus debating that I just don't like. It is the constant need to shove direct references and callbacks to the combatant's origin series or other iconic media as often as possible. Like when this episode's next time got announced, one of the things I saw in about 2 or 3 servers was, what scenes do you want them to reference? And like, my answer is none. Not everything needs to be a reference. This fight has a ton of direct callbacks that I understand thematically fit with the characters, but it's also how a lot of fights in the last few seasons have been written. This is maybe just because it's from the perspective of someone who has his own Versus series and thus doesn't scan as a normal person, but I just don't like when the writing is so desperate to be in character that it copies the character's existing things outright. What I caught in this fight was, Metal directly quotes one of his lines from Heroes. The way Cell pronounces perfect throughout is a direct reference to how the abridged version does it. Cell does the Vegeta combo. He directly quotes Vegeta's line about machines experiencing fear. Cell does Shadow's combo from Sonic 3 the movie, the video game adaptation, the third. I don't want to believe this is a Cell vs. Metal reference, so I'm not counting it out of spite for that 1 minute melee. Metal does Cell's head tap, but honestly, I really like this one. I give this one a complete pass. I mean, I just think that, like, given the context of why Cell does the head tap in the manga, that is, he was explaining to Gohan about the nucleus cluster in a taunt, this is Metal taunting Cell with, I know where your weakness is. Which you can also get from his really stupid, auraless, I know everything about you line. But I think just without that line, the visual storytelling gets it off itself, and gives us more reason to exist than just being a reference. I swear this exact Flurious blows that Super Neo Metal does is the same that Bardock does on Omni-Man, but I would also forgive that one because it's just the animator calling back to his previous work. Cell's disdain for the Shin Kikoho is a direct callback to the abridged version's character. Cell tries to fly through it 3 times like in the manga and in the anime. Cell references I am all of me, but this line is fucking badass, so I actually don't mind. Cell warps like he did when he died in the manga, and the blast is shown from space in a way that I think is based on a Dragon Ball shot, but it isn't coming to mind, so I won't count this. And Metal directly quotes a different line from Heroes. That is a lot, and while not matching Gogeta vs Vegeto's record of basically every shot is lifted from Dragon Ball, it's more than I personally like. I also don't like how Metal is just kind of a chump in this fight. Aside from his 3 time stop blows, Metal gets bodied for the most part, aside from a brief scuffle he succeeds in Super Neo form. I understand this is somewhat accurate to the conclusion, but I don't have to like it when Cell does all the cool stuff, and all the cool stuff Metal does is him doing Dragon Ball things instead of Sonic things. Again, I get it, he's the copycat fighter, but all the cool stuff he does is just Dragon Ball stuff, plus Metal Overlord, who immediately dies anyway. I also think Metal's lines are all really dog shit. His comebacks are just really weak. He may as well have gone,
"Does a machine such as yourself experience fear?"
Nah.
Fool. You're dealing with the ultimate life form.
I'm runner at your blue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks on you.
It'll take more than that to kill me, puppet!
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
I am not just the greatest warrior in the universe. I am all of them!
I know you are, but what am I?
I just think his actual comebacks are weak. What I did like was the following. The animation quality was extremely solid. Cell moves very fluidly and characterfully. You can tell Devil Artemis's familiarity with the character, because he gets a lot of charisma just from the way he conveys the mannerisms and calm smugness of Cell. Effects are all really good, explosions and key blasts are vibrant and impactful, the choreography sometimes it can look really good, and the camera work is a really big step up from some of the other stuff. Metal Overlord doesn't last very long, but he looks great, and the darker shadowy shading on him grants an aura of menace that neither character has at any other point. This shot of Cell's outline becoming imperfect and semi-perfect in the fire is one of the coolest visual touches in any death battle period. I like the Cell Jr. and Metal clones bit, that's creative and fun, and Metal doing the chaos control into biodata copying is also really fun. For me personally, what I call the best part of the fight is Devil Artemis' performance as Cell. His performance as Metal I don't think is too standout just because Metal is covered in so many vocal effects that it could be bloody anyone, but that's just how Metal sounds going off his hero's portrayal, which is the best one, so can't really blame anyone there. For Cell, you can tell that Devil Artemis really avoided just making it his version of Cell in cadence and delivery. He has a distinct version of Cell in how he performs him. Here though, he's doing an outright impression of the standard dub Cell voice, and he does a great job with it. I was pleasantly surprised, and he did really well at both that and the animation itself, very solid. So I like the fight overall, but it has some large problems that I just personally don't like. If I have to tell people any more times that they're free to disagree and are legally allowed to have their own distinct opinion, just to not be given the same respect, I'll lose it. So let's just go on to the final bit with the conclusion. It's bad and I don't like it. I don't disagree with the result, and even ignoring the scaling that I do disagree with, I just think arguing Metal has the ability to nullify Cell's 2 advantages, but Cell can fight good, ergo this is equal, is really dumb. Take the most skilled martial artist fighter in history, put him up against someone who can stop time and warp space to just destroy him, and he's losing. The skill advantage does not matter unless the opponent is an idiot, and they've established Metal Sonic is not an idiot. Saying that Cell is equal in abilities because they have a couple same ones, Metal has some huge advantages, but Cell can fight good, is really stupid. They also claim Cell has better regeneration despite establishing that Metal can reform from a puddle. Now, reforming from a puddle and reforming from being blown to pieces are not really easily comparable, but I think it's funny that they never mention this again for Metal. Really, it's the next part about adaptation that annoys me. It is literally part of the ability section. That is an ability. That's an objective ability they both have. Metal takes it. Based on their own research, Metal should clean these 3 categories because frankly, this one and this one might as well be the same thing. All of Cell's abilities are being copied in this one, so it doesn't matter what advantage Cell has. They even mention how his skill is like hard baked into him. His one advantage is one that Metal can cop. It's so stupid. And this one should probably be crossed out because Cell's speed doesn't matter as Metal can freeze time. It's another case where the categories are analyzed in their own separate vacuums as if nothing around them exists. Cell is technically faster in their research, ergo he takes the speed advantage, even if Metal can boost his own speed or stop time to make it useless. I don't like this method of analyzing who wins. It doesn't weigh which advantages are more important than others, and it splits up some things that are the one same thing into 2. Adaptation did not need to be its own separate category. This literally could have just been the ability section is a 3rd one, and then when they're talking about how they even out, but how about this one particular ability, adaptation, switch into that, and then when Metal takes that, he takes abilities. Would have been so simple, and flowed better, and been less stupid. They also make Cell threatening the universe a golden tree feat where the analysis presents it as a real thing, but the conclusion goes back and says, well, we technically didn't say that, and argues why it doesn't count. Frustrating because it makes the analysis retroactively intentionally misleading. Anyway, that's the review. I thought this episode was good in spite of my issues with it. Don't anyone fucking pretend like I don't like it. I wish Devil Artemis all the best on whatever ventures he pursues next, and I hope one day if he chooses to make a return, we welcome him openly. I'm not saying with arms, Biff. Shut the fuck up. Alright, that was that. I don't want to draw this out because this is the start of my shorter reviews to Death Battle, and I don't want to have a 10-minute ending segment with only an 8-minute video, so yeah. Tell me what you thought below, tell me what you thought about the episode and all that. Of course, it's okay if you disagree, that's fine. Thank you everyone supporting me on Patreon, you're all legends, and I'm glad to see you. You get access to this and other stuff early if you go to Patreon. You get access to patron-only Discord, where you can make me say stupid stuff, and I'm just going to jump straight to that, because I'm honestly in the mood to do some silly stuff as Cell and Metal Sonic. I think they're fun voices to do. None of this is good, Vector. That's why it's called war.
Another victim whose biodata will be mine. I'm a robot, dumb fuck. What the fuck are you uploading to me? Go catch it, Punzify.
What? Who's saying what here? I don't understand. Brandon! Terrible out of 10. Deadpan voice. I know exactly whose voice to do. Number 15. Fight willing to die and you shall live. Fight wishing to survive and you will surely meet death. That just means there's no point in thinking about it. Kill M.
Lifeform biodata successfully copied. I'll show you what I'm made of.
Metal Sonic states to sell.
Don't even bother trying to copy my biodata, Metal Sonic. I can prevent it thanks to an ancient technique I learned from the Tibetan monks. This is the tastiest burger I've ever had.
This is the tastiest burger we've
Don't
ever
you
had.
please frick off!
And I say, Zangief, you are a bad guy, but you are not a bad guy. Finger-licking good implies the existence of toe-sucking evil. This feels like the sort of thing that would have like a skeleton meme behind it, like, finger-licking good implies the existence of toe-sucking evil. Who crushed men's head like sparrow eggs between thighs?
Biodata successfully copied.
Hulk Loki don't give a fuck! It appeared I have died after overdosing on Fent again. I'm gonna stop that, it's becoming a bad habit.
Excuse me, sir, this door is taken.
Even if Metal Sonic could do that, I don't think he'd want to, because now the one below all's gonna be cutting for him, and he doesn't want that. He's not copying that, bro.
In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power. Biodata successfully copied.
I'm not reading all, should I really want to read all that?
Biodata completed, Nemesis. I have every ability you own. So overall, I thought the battle was pretty good between Sal and me. Both analyses were done well. My only little gripe nitpick, to be honest with the fact that I didn't really go into my story, but the identification issue with me figuring out, like, I'm not Sonic, like they showed in the battle, but I didn't go into all that, but I can't play a good episode.
Oh wow, he actually did a good job reviewing the episode. Wonder how Cell would do.
I'm going to shove you into my tail!
Man, get that bullshit! I'll eat you, you dumb motherfucker! I mean, like, the next time, whatever. I mean, in the moment, I wasn't too pleased. Because I was like, I don't care, I don't like the matchup, but, like, now I'm just ambivalent. I do not give a fuck, really, whatever Death Battle wants to do.
What the fuck is happening? I'm supposed to have super vague uni statements! Fuck you mean bare minimum?
One game at a time.
You fool! I'm faster than you! Face the perfect speed blitz!
Speed, huh? Thanks for the... It's too late.
Too late for you to get some fucking hose, maybe!
Comedy achieved. That was that. Hopefully that wasn't as long as the review. I'm really sorry if it is. Have a good one, everyone.